What's up, guys, and check it out. I found the DC MultiVerse McFarlane the Batman from the Batman movie. Yeah. Anywho, I'm actually really excited for this movie. Like, the trailers just look incredible, and I'm like trying to keep my hopes kind of low, but at the same time, the trailer just looks so good that I don't know. I really am looking forward to this. You know, Robert Pattinson went from a vampire to a bat. So wait, I think it's the same. Is that the same role? Anywho, I found this mofo at Target, and here is the U-pickle for those of you who know how to use it. And I also found his Batmocycle here, or what I like to call it, the Batmobike, even though it's Batcycle. It's close enough. And this thing looks awesome. I can't wait to put this dude, who's upside down, on this bike. Just gonna look awesome. This will be for the next review, but anyways, if you guys are looking for this too, here's this U-pickle. And with that said, let's go ahead and bust open the Batman. Pattinson, Twilight, vampire dude. Yeah, let's just open him. And there he is, guys, out of the package. The Batman. Hey, don't look at me like that. Don't give me that stank eye. Eyes forward, dude. Eyes forward. Anywho, I think the suit is really cool looking. I really like it, although the armor on top and not on the bottom doesn't really work out when he's getting shot. You know, it's like they aim below the belt and just, you know, game over. But anyways, the thing that kind of made me not want this initially was that weird, like, lefty looking eye right there. But, you know, he's just so cool that I'll just deal with it. I guess he's just always looking off to the left into the sunset or whatever, to the Batman 2 maybe, I don't know. Either way, let's take a closer look. Anywho, starting with the head and his awesome bat cowl, I really like the sculpt. It looks pretty screen accurate, very highly detailed as well. If you look here, it's all black, but try to get the light to shine there, you can see they actually have the stitching sculpt in as well all the way around, and it just looks fantastic. Even on the nose there, let's catch that light there, looks very, very good. And then the pointy ears here, this one's a little off-sided, but it's got some softness to it, but it does overall hold its shape, so that definitely is nice. But check this out. All right, I'm gonna see if I can get in really, really close here, but aside from the fact that they have Robert Pattinson's jawline right there, if you look very closely in the eye detail and the mouth, it looks like McFarlane is starting to use that kind of face print tech that Hasbro has, where they use that kind of dot pattern to give it a more realistic look. So it definitely, I mean, this looks great. You have to see it in person and get your, you know, eyeballs right up close on them, but you once you see it, you'll know this is some quality figure. Now, another awesome thing about this figure has to do with the plastic material that they use for him. Now, it's been a while since I've gotten, you know, McFarlane figures, so I don't know when they changed it, but it looks like they're using a softer plastic now for the actual joints and overall hard pieces, because before, go and grab this old Batman right here, they had very hard plastic with, you hear that joint? Very just, ugh. But now it's using that softer plastic that Marvel Legends are using, you know, like the newer ones. And as you can see, much smoother, much cleaner, and it just rotates a lot better, and that's throughout the whole figure, which is great. Of course, he still uses kind of the soft goods right up here on the chest piece, a little bit soft on the belly, and of course for the groin piece right here, that's soft as well. Then the knees are soft, the shoulders are soft as well, which is great because it gives articulation movement, which I'll show later. But it is definitely an improvement over here, which everything was just kind of hard and just ugh. So yeah, definitely an improvement. Anywho, going back to the figure close-ups, here is a closer look at his upper cape, cowl and cape. Anyways, yeah, it looks really good there. I forget the names of all this stuff. And that goes all the way around. The cape connects right there. As you can see, it's glued down very nicely, but there's still nice details in the back if for any reason you want to take the cape off. And of course, this is glued down. You won't be moving it unless you heat it up and rip it off. And then the shoulder joints are actually nice and soft, and they move out of the way, as you can see, so that you can actually rotate his arm really nicely up, which is pretty cool. And as for the details, just whew, look at that detail right there. It looks so good. Especially that Bat logo right there. I mean, it's all shiny. I think in the movie it's supposed to be like matte and, you know, kind of Metal Gear stuff, but I don't know. I still like it. It looks really good all the way around. Same thing with this belt here. It's soft, but it has texturing, as you can see, which makes it look really, really good. And actually, no, let me just rotate his torso around. Easier than trying to get that cape out of the way. There's the back there. Definitely lots of details, which is awesome. And of course, the sculpt actually goes a pretty decent amount into the upper or bottom torso there, so when you articulate him and stuff, you still get the details, which is great. Although it's kind of interesting, it really looks like just a clay model and then just went really just sculpted it out, but it still looks good. And then here's a closer look at his arm itself there with the nice shoulder pad. The back looks nice. I'm not sure what these are. I wonder if they're like the Mando's little whistle birds. I forget what they call it. Anyways, he's got his little bat slicer neck things here, and they're actually really, really soft and thin. I actually feel like these might just tear if you hit them the wrong way or get caught on something. So just, oh my gosh, look at that. Just, ugh. Same thing on both sides. So definitely be careful with this. It's just so thin and fragile. It's just, ugh. But anyways, there's the inside of the arm looking really great. The details overall are fantastic. And of course, you got this hand that holds stuff. And then you got the karate chop hand. Of course, you get the other hand holding thing in the bike, which is kind of weird. Although if you look at it, his hands do seem kind of small for his body. I don't know. What do you think? Does it look small? Eh. But anyways, one thing I do want to point out, I'm not sure if this is all the figures or if it's just my figures, but this soft shoulder piece gives some good articulation. You know, you kind of clear that shoulder, pull it out. But then also, I don't know why, but my arms just pop off so easily. Like, what? So yeah, I'm not sure why it's so loose like that. His arms just pop off, and then here's his kind of butterfly joint right there. I mean, I guess if you wanted to custom paint them, it makes it a lot easier or stuff like that. That's how it looks right there. That's probably why it pops off so easily. But yeah, now that his arm's off, here's a closer look at his arm, as you can see, and here's that kind of flops out a little bit there. There's a connection, nice soft rubber that just glues on right there. There's that joint right there, and he's got some bicep swivel. So yeah, it's the armless Batman. What have you done? But honestly, it's not that big a deal. You just kind of get this joint piece right there. Make sure the kind of chiseled out part is facing outwards. Just put that back in there and just get this in, and then pops right back in. And then wait, dang it, it's backwards. Yeah, okay, there we go. Fixed it. Now it's right side up. I'm sure it'll probably come in handy when you try to put him on the bike. But anyways, moving down into the legs, he's got some nice detail there as well. No paint, but very nice sculpting. Definitely something for you customizers to enjoy painting. Make them really look movie accurate. Then there's the knee pads, which are soft, as I showed you. They're just kind of glued on there as well. And then there's the boots, which look pretty cool. Got some nice texture there. As you can see, it's a little bit leathery, and it's got some nice shimmer to it. Nice wrinkles on the back as well. There's the back side of the legs. And then, of course, the feet, which don't really match the boot. I'm not sure if that's movie accurate, or if this should have been glossy, or if this should have been matte. I don't know which is which, but he's got some nice shoelaces there, and then there's the bottom of his feet. And a nice thing about this figure is the legal fart is only on his feet and not hidden on his legs anywhere or on the back whatsoever, not even the cape, which is nice. Speaking of the cape, it's got wrinkles, and it's got little bat ears or something like that, and it's got a little bit of thickness to it. It's not the thickest cape McFarlane's made, but it's still pretty capey-ish for a McCaper figure. Anyways, moving on. For articulation, his head rotates in the usual circle, and then it's got a little bit of side to side, so he can get kind of a hey, what's up, along with his left eye gaze there, which I don't know. I do not know about that eyeballs. But anyways, he looks pretty decent up, probably good for the bike there. And down as well. Never mind. And his arm rotates in a circle without popping out, thankfully. And if you want to get some good shoulder range here, you got to get this little piece above the cape there, as you can see. Just kind of pop it over the cape, and then it can actually go up quite high, giving you some pretty good range without popping out. Got the bicep swivel, as I showed you, the double jointed elbows. Man, if they ever get pinless in McFarlane's, they're just gonna take the cake for sure. This bottom one's kind of stuck up. There we go. There's that there. And then the hand spins in the usual McFarlane circle with the ball joint. And as for the torso, it's double jointed, and it's got a little bit of movement from the top and a little bit from the bottom portion as well, giving some decent side to side, and then some backwards looking motion and some forward-ish motion. And it also rotates on both the upper portion, full circle, and the bottom portion, full circle. And the legs go greatly forward and a pretty good ways back as well, and not sideways, so it's pretty good there. The butte sculpt actually bends out of the way, thankfully, for this, thanks to this soft material. And then he has very good splits. Very flexible Batman right there. And of course he has the usual McFarlane thigh swivel, question mark. And of course the double jointed knee there, which goes a pretty good ways back. And then the McFarlane ball spinny thing that spins in a circle and then also rotates. And then his toe goes forward, and then that's it. Hey, check out this pose. It's pretty cool. Dun, 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 dun. And for accessories, he comes with the usual McFar stand, a McFar art card that's the same as the one on the back. Here is some reading info if you're interested in reading. It's a lost art there. And then his grapple hook gun here, which is pretty nicely detailed. Clearly he doesn't hold it, it just sticks into his hand. And what's surprising about this is how very stiff it is. I mean, I thought this was going to be like dinky winky plastic, but this has got some stiffness to it, which is great. And of course it goes into his hand here that has a nice peg hole. So you just stick the peg into the hole like so. And then there you go. He's ready to grapple hook. Now what's interesting though is you would think that since, it's gonna pull this off, that since his other hand has this kind of holding thing, you could just kind of slide this in. I'm sure you could, but surprisingly this plastic on his hand is super hard. Look at that. It barely bends under hard pressure. Even the thumb here, I'm kind of wondering how that's gonna, wow, that thumb is hard to stick on the bike. But yeah, because of that, I mean, you're really kind of, oh, look at that, slipped in. Never mind, I was having trouble before, I didn't before. But anyways, yeah, his hand's really hard, but yeah, he can hold it on his other hand there, just like so. And if you're wondering, I was actually trying to find a place to kind of hook it to his belt here, but there actually isn't any peg hole on his belts whatsoever any way around, unless I'm missing it, which I don't know, you guys tell me. So yeah, there's no peg, so the only thing is like this little kind of hole right there. You just kind of stick that right in there, and it kind of holds like that. I'm not sure if that's accurate, but that's the only place I could figure out how to place this, unless you just kind of use some museum putty or something and holster it like a gun or something. But yeah, it's just in case you were hoping to put it on his belt, I don't know, figure it out. And for some comparadados, here he is next to some other McFarlane Batmans, as well as the old Mattel DC MultiVerse Armored Batman Justice League movie Batman. And let's go ahead and add some more Mech Batmans here. That sounds like a McDonald's toy or whatever. But anyways, here's some more. Can't fit all of them at once, so I'll just kind of add them as I go. There. Here's Thomas Wayne, Murder Machine. And of course, for some other ones, here is the, oh man, I forgot his name. Hellbat, that is his name. Okay, you know you got too much going on in your life when you can't remember your names of your Batmans. Anyways, there is the Justice League movie Superman, and the Justice League movie McFarlane Wonder Woman, and a Jazzwares Master Chief for good measure there. Wow, the Master Chief actually fits in really well with the Batman. And of course, here's the SH Figuarts Dark Knight Catwoman. That sits quite nicely on a Mr. the Batman there. I really do like that Selena Kyle suit much better. And here she is standing leaning next to him there, and looks kind of good. I don't know. Nah, she looks like a child. Oh, and here he is next to a McFarlane Arkham Knight Joker here. He was in storage and I was too lazy to wrap him, so. And for giggles and poop, here he is next to a Marvel Legends zombie Captain America dude. Dang, he looks like a child too next to Batman. Well guys, overall this is one fantastic figure from McFarlane. The sculpt is great, the materials are great, the joints are great, everything about this figure is great except for the eyeballs. I mean, why's he gotta look left? You know, it does beg the question, why doesn't he look up or down or to the right or straight or cross-eyed, you know? I mean, what's McFarlane got about looking against the other direction? You know, I mean, it makes you wonder. I'm just messing around, but seriously, Mr. McFarlane, like, why has he gotta look left? Just look straight. Just make him look straight. Come on, man. But anywho, next up will be the Batmobile. Can't wait to put this dude that's hiding behind the bike on the bike. That's going to be very interesting. Very interested to see how he works on that, although he can only look to the left, so that may be a hazard for him to ride. But anywho, dudes, like I said, I'm super excited for the movie, and McFarlane doesn't do very many movie figures, this being one of them, and one of the greatest ones I think he's done so far. And with that said, thanks for watching. Stay tuned next for the next videos that come up next and stuff, and peace.